presenter is Abigail Quirk.
Evidence shows that women are consistently objectified more than men. Psychologists have been studying what it feels like to be objectified for years, but have only recently begun to explore the perceptual processes behind exactly how this objectification occurs. Inversion studies provide really important information about the differences between how we perceive humans and objects. Inversion studies are where participants must view a series of photos, half of which are presented upright and half inverted 180 degrees, that flash very quickly across the screen. Participants are able to recognize photos of objects equally well regardless of inversion, but recognition accuracy for photos of humans that are flipped upside down is significantly impaired. So in 2012, Philippe Bernard came up with the sexualized body inversion hypothesis, which stated that when viewing photos of sexualized male and female bodies, participants were able to recognize the female bodies equally well regardless of inversion, just like photos of objects, while they were unable to recognize photos of male bodies with the same accuracy when those bodies were inverted, just like standard photos of humans. But this study and all similar studies since have only used white models for their photos. Given our long history of dehumanizing members of other races, and given the fact that Black women report significantly more objectification experiences just in their daily lives, I wanted to explore the effect of race on this objectification experience. So my study aimed to replicate Bernard's study while also including photos of Black men and women. As expected, I found that I was able to replicate his results for white photos, and I also found new significant results for the Black photos. I found that both Black men and women were recognized very similarly, whether the photos were inverted or upright, just like our findings for white female photos and just like photos of objects. Well, they looked really different than the results for white males. Although Bernard only measured accuracy, my study introduced response time as a new measurement in order to fully tease apart these findings. As expected, I found that photos of white men exhibited the largest difference in response time between the inverted and upright photos. And the second largest difference was for photos of Black men, suggesting that Black men are objectified slightly more than white men, but still not as much as any women. Both Black and white women, photos of Black and white women, were recognized with similar response times regardless of inversion, suggesting that regardless of race, Black and white females are objectified similarly. What's really interesting is that these results were consistent across all my participants, regardless of their own race, gender, and even their self-reported attitudes about sexism and racism. And so this suggests that these are implicit cognitive processes likely outside of our conscious awareness. Being consistently objectified has a number of serious consequences, including eating disorders, sexual dysfunction, so it's really important to fully understand how race and gender intersect in how we objectify members of different groups. My study shows that there are clear racial differences, and I hope that future studies will continue to tease apart these differences with members of different races as well. Thank you.